Are we live? Are we live?
Yeah,
And everybody, welcome once again. This is Call a Spade and Spade podcast. We are here today with a couple of guests in the house. Beautiful people that we got in the house right now. We about to get real in some topics today. It's gonna be lit. Y'all stay tuned, follow through, and watch. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, and the notification bell. All right. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves, but once again, I'm y'all's host, Big Jimmy, aka Mr. Money. You know how it is. I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. I'm gonna start with on my right hand side here.
Bernard. My friends call me Don.
Yeah, Don, the Don of Houston, the Don of Houston. All right, cool.
My name's Amanda. No one calls me anything.
Yeah. Okay.
My name's Vanessa. People call me Nessa, and I am this beautiful one's sister.
Love.
Okay.
Since we're not government names. And Gabrielle. Everybody calls me Gabby.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
With the tweet.
What the
All right. Nice to meet everybody. And if we are not to, relationships are this single, married, single, married, single, married,
Heavily single.
single, married.
Single.
Cool. That's great. There we
Heavily.
go. All right, cool. All right, y'all just heard they say they're single. So hey, if you're watching and you see something you like, shit, you know what to do. You already know what to do. All right. We'll be dropping the IGs also, so you follow them, give them a like, give them a thumbs up. We need you to support the show. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
They should be seen too, right?
Yeah.
Just for a little bit.
I mean, the behind the scene crews, we have the cameraman right there, Richie. He don't want to show up, but hey, he right there. And we got Melanie right there.
Richie in the building.
Hey, man, come on now. Hey, man, come on. That's the crew that keep the whole show running.
There you
go. They make things happen. They're the ones making it happen, All right, man. Let's get into it. I'm about to shoot some shots.
Oh, okay. You have it here. I was like, where's your microphone?
Oh yeah, I got one. So let's shoot some shots. Let's see what we're gonna start doing for the night. All right, cool. Somebody said, "Why do African men come off more aggressive?"
That wasn't something. That was.
Woo!
That one.
That's a shot right there.
It is a shot.
I'm an African man, but yeah.
Okay, is this because
Tell us what you
dated
think.
African men, and you know people who know African men, or the latter? Both. Yeah. Okay.
So what did the African men do to you?
Y'all are just aggressive beings when you
How?
speak.
We're loud.
So are we.
Doesn't mean
I
aggressive
would say
though.
y'all are a little bit more demanding.
Yeah.
How are we demanding?
This is
though?
what's happening. We're gonna do this.
No, I think it's more.
I mean, that's-
fashion.
but-
I think it's more fashion.
That's
Okay.
a nice way to put it.
African come from, so go back home.
Mhm.
So Nigerians are very passionate about everything they do. From just
Y'all are both
working.
Nigerian.
Yep.
Yes, we are. So from working hard, and just that carries along through every part of their life. So when they are at work, they stand out. They're always like work extra hours. They're passionate about what they want. They want to get the job done.
Yeah.
So I think the same attitude they carry into when it comes to speaking to a woman, and then the same passion. So it can be misconstrued as something else.
True.
But truly, it's
Misconstrued, I
not
can see.
because being aggressive or anything like that. Just that's how we're brought up.
Yeah.
So one like go getters, like one.
I feel like there's a difference between like passion of you like getting your job done and how you're raised, and then a passion of how you're talking to a woman. It's two totally different things.
Okay.
Like they're both passion, but when you're speaking to a woman, it's got to be passion, but with like
Soft.
a little bit of like
Soft.
Emotion.
and kind of. Now we don't know what kind of approach you have. I mean, I just met you tonight, so I mean, can we say all African men?
Right.
Like
I don't think
that,
so.
you know what I mean? I mean, we were at what, Frankenstein's?
Yeah.
And yeah, I got told, you better come sit at my table right now. And I said, sir, I'm in you for 5 minutes. Why are you yelling at me?
Sometimes, and nothing.
Why are you yelling at me like that?
So another thing again though is like Black Americans on the other hand, they like someone being straight. Like they don't want you going like this. Right? And so Nigerians like, okay, you want it straight. That's what I want. That's it.
Yeah.
Like so
No beating around the bush.
Combining what we are used to with what you expect to have, then it comes out like aggressive. But it's like we're giving you what you want straight, and we know how to do it anyway, like passionate.
Yeah.
And then but I think just getting the balance into it. We need to also understand where we stand, like culture. right? So when you're here, I think for women here or ladies here, actually, you have to understand how a woman works. So sometimes you have to put some balance there. So I get there's a place where African men need to kind of exercise some balance, like in all this, like even if they want to straight, even though you came out from a very passionate background as well, you need to understand where you are and then try and work some sort of balance there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if
I think balance.
no, go. I'm gonna
Balance
let
is
you.
like it has to happen. You know, I'm glad that you said that because I thought you weren't going to say that. I'm going to be like, well, there is a balance between when you're dealing like with work and then dealing with a woman, and we do like it straight and forward, but then sometimes you have to pick, and that sounds bad, where it's kind of like it can get a little bit confusing because it's like, well, when do I be straight and like full force, and when do I be straight and soft? So I
I feel like we do. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry, but we think we want it straight and forward, but then when we get it, we're like,
well, no, you do,
well,
but it depends on what you're being straight and forward about. If you're asking
or
me to
how
come
you're
to your
saying it.
table, it's how you say it.
How you say it.
It's not about like if you're asking me to come to your table like that guy did when we were at the bar.
Yeah.
Like you can either be like, hey, you need to come to my table right now, or you need to be like, hey, would you like to come over here and have a drink with me?
Yeah.
Two totally different things, but you're also both asking me to come to the table.
Right. And then another thing again, I think I was having is like what works. History, like statistics. So guys sometimes have done some things a particular way and got results. And so they've done this to some ladies and they respond to it. And so they keep doing it again because that's proven.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's like some fashion wants it this way. I'm not saying one is wrong or one is right.
Right.
But again, if someone keeps doing something and gets good result, why stop? So I think African men have done some things over time and they've got good results.
Mm-hmm.
And so now maybe things are changing. They're not changing here. They're still using the old ways. But they've got results, and because of that, they keep moving in that direction. So I guess here it comes to where we have to go into progression. So like as we move on with everything we do, we have to kind of see, is there a progression? Is there a trend? Are things changing? Is this generation becoming something else? And how do we conform to what if we want to? So that's that part too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say some few things, and I mean I agree with some of your opinions, and I don't agree with some of them. And so here's how I see it. Richard, can you help with this? No, the bottom side. It's on the bottom side. Help me twist that one out, push it forward, and then tighten it.
Are we gonna cut this out? Or
Yeah. It's gonna go out in editing. Yeah, that's fine.
Honestly, keep it real.
Okay.
Michael slipping.
All right. So
let's not start another subject.
okay. All right. Back to what I was saying. Like I said, I agree with some things and I don't agree with some. Here is what I think. It's aggressiveness is a totally different definition, and I think people are using it out of context.
Yeah.
So when you say why African men being aggressive, I don't think we're aggressive. We're just leaders and we take charge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference between being aggressive. Aggressive is meaning I want to attack you. I actually want to fight you. That's aggression. So people use that word out of context. We're not aggressive. We control. We take charge. We lead. That's what we do.
I can see that.
That's what we do.
I mean, I get it in the sense of, and I agree with you with, because I actually was having this thought. There's something with my best friend who I live with, and we were talking about context because I said something. I used the word finally about somebody's parents passing away, and I didn't mean like, oh my god, finally. I meant like, because she was in hospice, and I was like, oh, she finally. So context is a huge thing that people don't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So I do agree with you in the sense of like maybe we shouldn't have used the word aggressive, but I guess it almost kind of sounds like you hear aggressive and then you see leader and then you put the two together. So I'm like, so you're an aggressive leader.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a quick question. If I walked up to any of you three ladies right now, right, in a skit, and I was like, "Oh, how are you doing? Will you come to my table?"
Okay,
what would you do? What would you do? Y'all would be like, "Nope." But if I came bold and assertive, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? You want to come sit over?"
Yeah.
For sure.
Like
you see someone who's confident, and you'd be like, "Okay, that's not aggressive."
I feel like the first one was a little bit.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You know what I mean? There is a time where guys can come up to you and you can tell that they're not confident. You can tell they're kind of. Sometimes it's cute. Sometimes you're like, oh, like because you're probably so used to somebody being so aggressive And it's not anything that is like funny, but it's like sometimes you do. You're like, I kind of liked the fact that he was a little bit soft, and then maybe you wanted to try that a little bit, and then you end up going back.
Okay,
to
look.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the
that's
day,
your
though.
pattern, and that's what you're using.
But at the end of the day, the soft guy never wins.
What?
The soft guy never wins.
Why?
He doesn't win.
No,
they do.
He don't.
Like the nerd. And
No,
like,
he
you know what I
don't.
mean?
You
From high
don't.
school and all that
In
stuff.
real life, you don't.
No, so let me talk about this real quick. Let me talk about this real quick.
That dude is not gonna get laid. He's not gonna get nothing.
From a lady.
Okay, so look. From my point of view, like when you're attracted to somebody, sometimes you can get away with a lot more.
Okay.
Cause like I'm not gonna lie, if somebody fine as hell like kind of grabbed my arm as I was walking by, and I'd kind of be okay with that. I'd be like, but if I wasn't attracted to him, I'd be like, what is you doing? Like, you know, it's different. So if an attractive African American guy or African guy came up to me and was kind of aggressive, I feel like I would be okay with it. A little bit.
I think it might be getting a little bit off topic.
He was not aggressive with you. Would you feel it
Either way, I feel like he would get past either way. But I feel like also like if you're not, women are just a little bit harder on guys that they're not attracted to. Because if the guy was attractive instead, kind of like you would be kind of okay with it.
So let's fast forward a little bit. So he was attractive. So he was aggressive or not aggressive. So he passed that test. So he got your attention, right?
Yeah, aggressive.
So now
there's a level. Like,
yeah.
you
So
think something's aggressive. I could not think
he
something.
got your attention. He got your attention, right? So he gets into knowing you, right? So now towards the course of the knowing, okay, hang out, stays in section or whatever, and you see this guy, some soft like. He's doesn't have confidence. Like, he's not confident as shit and all that. Even though he's attractive, will you choose one over the other at that point in time, or you still be like carried away by all the whole?
I don't know.
And this is why the show is called "Call a Spade a Spade." I'm gonna call it as it is. Women want someone who can protect, provide,
confident,
and you can still
and
not
lead.
have to be
and all this shit together.
Yeah, so even if it wins the first stage,
So if he's not holding his shit together, she gonna drop him.
Eventually,
I mean, she might get one or two, good dick time with him, but she gonna drop him eventually.
I think with this question
And get the next.
In reality, men have a different version of aggression than like women have.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing
That's
women
just it.
talk, and I'm hearing women like spitfire and do whatever, and it sounds like to me like our version of aggression is not your version.
No, it's not.
I think with y'all are thinking like Call of Duty, like all this aggression, and it's like no. We're literally just being like, hey, just a little bit softer. Like, you want somebody that's got some confidence? I know sure I do. But like, I don't need. You also need to respect the fact that, like, hey, if you don't know me, you gotta come at me a certain way.
Oh, of course.
If you know me a little bit, then you come at me a certain way, and then you get comfortable. You know
Yeah, of course.
So, like,
Yeah.
So this is a very broad question.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think
There's a
it's
switch here. I think we'll switch from aggressive to like, okay, now let's say someone is being strong, is being like a leader. Like, let's take
Bold.
the aggressive.
Just
now.
say bold.
We're saying this person is being bold. It's not so like your own approach now. Someone is aggressive with you, you would say, "Get out of me."
Yeah.
It's you're an attractive person,
Right?
But let's say is not aggressive, but is just being confident and like grabs you, whatever.
Like, yeah,
like
yes.
you give him a chance because it's attractive, right?
Yeah.
So we're switched a little bit from.
Why are you touching me in the first
Yeah,
place?
we
You should be in a dark club. Smoke's going everywhere for you to grab me. Otherwise, if I'm at the grocery store, I'm looking at some like dressing or something. I mean, I get it. We're not talking about like real grab, but. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I could see that. I think that. I mean,
I definitely think attraction has to do with it.
Gabby has no input on this.
Okay. She just chill at the Twizzlers. I see that. Big mistake. Hey, cool. Next time we're on. No Twizzlers. No Twizzlers in sight.
I'm not gonna lie. It's fake. This is fake. This is what we're calling it.
Yep.
I work with Melanie, who happens to be a partner of yours, and a little bit of that question. I didn't think of the question, but I have witnessed what's going on between y'all, and I think that like helped it a little bit as well. I've never dated anybody African. No, yes. Yeah. I think that's where it kind of came from.
Okay.
Spade is spade.
All right. I'm gonna go into the next one, and it's something that women. Well, no, not women in general. Modern women. Well, not modern women, but Western modern women don't like to hear the word submission. They hear it and they get cringe all over. Like it's a very. I don't know what kind of. It sounds somehow, but if you look at the definition of it, you understand what submission is.
I think men.
What do
and
you
women
think?
Should submit.
But
How does a man submit to a woman?
There should
What do you
be
mean?
submitting. There should first off, submission shouldn't happen between either one. It should be more of kind of like a pull and tug. Like, sometimes like, if I'm down and out, like you're gonna be carrying us, and then you're down and out, I'm gonna be carrying us. It's not a submission. It's not like you're.
So it's more of a partnership.
It's more of like a push and a pull. Like it's a partnership. Submission has like a negative connotation for me. We could look up the technical definition of it, but like what am I submitting to you for?
I like to use an example.
You're my.
I'll pull it up.
Let's use an example as a pilot. Okay? You have a pilot, and you have a co-pilot. So you have a captain on the ship, and you have a co-captain or whatever you call it. So they're partners. The pilot and the co-pilot, they're partners. The goal is to land the plane. That's the goal. So by the end of the day, one person is the leader.
Right.
Okay, that means that even if the co-pilot doesn't agree with this decision, he trusts the other person to take them home, to land the plane. So for you to be with someone in the first place, let's say we're talking about submission, not submission now. That means that you are in somewhat relationship, marriage, something more than just friends. Okay, so if you trust someone to be your partner, okay, that means you submit. Let me take away submission from the word. That means you're saying I trust.
Why are we taking submission away then?
I'm trying to define submission.
All right, let me read out the definition real quick. Yeah, let me no here it is. No.
Wait, what are you doing?
All right, here's what it is. I understand the logic it's trying to use. I understand the explanation it's trying to make. Yeah, I understand the explanation it's trying to make. It's trying to because this is what definition is for submission. It says the action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force. A superior force.
Superior.
Yeah.
We're not superior.
Superior force or listen. Now, hold on. Let me finish. I didn't write the definition. I'm just reading it. A superior force or to the will or authority of another person.
This is the second term.
No, this is the first one,
That's
actually.
the whole term?
Yep, that's it right there.
Another person and superior all in the same
all in one. See? It says the action or fact.
That other person is superior to me. That's why women don't
That's what it is.
That is it. That is the question you asked, and that is the answer we're giving you. Women don't. Why are you're not superior to me? That's why we don't like the word submission.
But here's the deal. Okay, so hold on. And then I'm gonna ask you this question: if you want a man to be your leader, a provider, a protector, don't you think is your leader?
Yeah.
Don't you have to submit to him?
You don't have to.
But when we say submit, what are we talking about though? Like, what does submit mean? Like, what am I doing?
So,
what do you want me to do to submit?
Okay, so submission is this. Women, I mean, well, Western.
So, like, hands bound.
No. That's just the English grammar.
Even go into like the whole like sex thing. I think that's maybe kind of what's going in my brain. Like when someone's like, "Are you the submissive?" Like, what are they doing? Their hands are bound, and maybe they're gagged, and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking at you."
Yeah,
hey,
you're just
we're getting into it.
Well, I mean,
what do you want? I said submissive. Like my brain is going towards sex. So like I think that's what's happening is like when you hear someone's like a submissive in the bedroom, what are they doing? They're submissing to the leader,
they have no control.
Superior, and that's what I hear. But like,
well, that's not what it is though. So here's what it is. Here's what it is. This is let me make you understand what submission is. Right? I will make you understand it, or I will use my own opinion of it, and probably it will make some sense to you. This is what submission is. As a man, right, and as a woman, say for example, we're together as a couple, and you work, you make your money, which is fine. I work, I make my money, I take care of the home and everything. And you want to go on a trip with the girls. You want to travel, right, somewhere, and you say, "Hey, honey, I would like to go on a trip."
Nope.
Hold on.
Right there. I would like to go on a trip. I'm gonna stop you right there.
But that's how submission works, though. You have to ask the other person.
Going on in your life while I go on this trip that is gonna stop you, like for you to need me to be here. Is there anything going on where you need me to be here? Otherwise, I'm gonna go on this trip. Instead of, "Hey, I'd like to go on this trip. Is that okay?" Is that what you're getting at? Because I did cut you off.
I mean, that's what I was getting at. But there is a deal. Hold on. But
I
hold
think
on,
it's fair
hold
to,
on.
like,
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
if you have
I'm
kids,
not-
you know what I mean? If you have kids or something.
Hold on, I'm not talking about your boyfriend. I'm talking about your husband in the house.
And that's fine. Do you have kids or not?
Whether you have kids or not, does that matter? That you
I
should
think it's, if
ask
you have
him.
kids, it is
Okay.
more
Okay,
of like,
say-
hey, this is what I'm saying. It's
Mhm.
I'm
like,
about to play devil's advocate.
hey, like, I'm gonna ask you in the sense of, is there anything going on in your life to where if I'm not here, it'll affect what's
Why?
going
Why
on?
would you
Not,
use
can
that?
I go?
But
I
why
think
would
that's
you
what I'm
use
getting
that?
at.
Wait,
There's a can
hold
I
on,
go?
hold on.
Is there anything that I can be gone for that's gonna like disrupt your life at the point in time? Not can I go?
So if
It's
a
more
man
like,
was to
I'm gonna
come,
ask you, hey, is there anything going on?
so if a man comes to you right now, if your husband comes to you and say, "Is there anything happening in your life? Because I'm going on a boys' trip,"
yeah, perfect.
you be cool with it.
He's like, oh.
The fact that
wow.
you even care to ask what's going on in my life,
Oh.
the fact that you even care to ask what's going on in my life is what's important. You could have just jetted, and I'm like, where are you at? And you're like, bitch, I'm in Cancun. And you're like, oh, well, you're not,
You didn't tell me
you're already
anything.
gone. You know what I mean? But the fact that you were even like, hey, is there anything going on? But to, you know, give the
So
ladder.
if it
Wow.
does that like every week
Not
or
can
every,
I?
if it does that every
Listener?
week, let me ask you this question. So if it does that like every week, every 2 weeks, he comes to you with that same thing. Because you don't have anything he needs to do in your life. So he's free to go out on a daily basis. If you don't need me today or you need me every other day, that means I can say I'm going to boys today, on Wednesday, on Friday, I can keep going.
Like, as long as I just ask you.
I mean,
I'm not saying that you don't have any need
but
for me.
I mean, let's go back to what was the original question? Let's
All
go
right,
back to that. I think
so-
that needs to be told again.
I mean, defining what submission is in a relationship.
We went from submission to can I go on a trip?
Well,
That's what.
submission
Well,
is.
that's what it is, though. That's what I was trying to
It's
define.
not. Like, I should be able to have a relationship with you. Let's say there's no kids in my relationship. I should be able to have a relationship with you and be able to be like, hey, this is what I want to do with my girls. I respect you enough as a person and as my partner to be like, did you have something planned? Were we
Yeah,
going to go to
that's
dinner?
fine.
Were we going to do
But in general, but this is what I'm hearing, though.
Being respectful enough to be like, hey, I really want to.
But hold on, this is what I'm hearing from you right now.
I go.
What you're telling me, what you're saying is, regardless of your opinion or your mother, I'm going where I'm going. So I'm just letting you know I'm going where I'm going.
That's not what I said.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds.
That's what it sounds like.
That's not what it
But that's what it sounds like.
Let's down back a little bit.
I don't understand.
Okay, dial it back.
Let's down back a
If
little
I'm
bit.
respecting you,
Wait, let's dial
to
back to a
ask you,
little
like,
bit
is
to
there
the
anything on your
original.
life that I need to be here? Because I will be here if
No,
there is.
let's dial back to the original question, submission, okay? So I don't think the submission is about how to ask questions and where you want to go to or not go. That's an example, okay? Let's say, so I was trying to explain something about where
I'm
exactly
playing
the
devil's advocate.
submission
I'm trying
comes
to get
into
in there.
play.
I can't.
Oh, you gotta just talk.
Yeah, so what does submission come into play? So, and I want to go to the grassroots. Like, let's go to the foundation. Let's go to the real genesis. Like, where exactly is this coming from? So we're just pushing things from the top now. We're just putting things on examples and all that. Like, what exactly? Why is a man asking for submission, and why is a woman repelling and saying like, I'm not submitting?
Submission should be in the relationship at all.
Okay,
Hey.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
so I think
She's got to play devil's advocate.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Because it's
okay.
really, you
It's
know.
okay. So I think
Let her go.
I understand. I understand partnership, and I believe in
And that's
partnership.
what I'm talking about.
Exactly, and that's embraced.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
embraced. So there's no
Not-
partnership.
this one's
I don't
not
have anything with
partnership.
partnership. So
It's not partnership.
submission.
I'm not
doesn't mean-
partnershiping
Yeah,
because
submission
I'm a
doesn't mean-
traditional person.
Submission doesn't mean
I'm okay
you're
with
not
submitting.
partners. Submission doesn't. So you
You hear her?
I'm
We
okay
have a
with
different
submitting.
view. She's a thank you.
I mean, I'm a traditional person, so
Okay,
I'm gonna go with
I'm
the traditional
okay,
values.
look, I'm on both sides.
Mhm.
I'm on both sides, but at the same time, if my man is literally taking care of all,
That's not what he said. He
No,
said,
That's what I said. That's what I said.
She
No.
was gonna say, my
No, but
man's-
you remember
If
what
my
I
man-
said?
if my man-
Hold on. This is what I
She was
said.
gonna say, my man's taking care of everything.
No, that's what I said.
Everything?
Listen, I said, she's working. Hold on. I said, listen again. I said, she's working. I'm working, taking care of the bills and everything.
okay.
I said it. We can rewind and you can hear
Oh, we
it.
can
I
rewind
said
it
it.
and hear that.
And we can rewatch it
Right.
after. I said it.
I'm never gonna
Listen,
do that, bitch. I'm never
because
gonna do that.
here's what I know. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
'Cause then you're gonna do that.
Except for in extreme situations where the woman is the breadwinner, the man is usually the breadwinner in the
Can
home.
he submit?
You
In
want the
that
breadwinner
situation,
to
if she's the
submit?
breadwinner,
So,
she
no,
takes
he's-
care of
hold on.
everything.
If the woman's the breadwinner,
Can he
should the man submit?
No, yeah, I mean,
Why not?
so
Okay.
You see, here's the deal. See, this is the answer I was expecting to hear. Submission is a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
It's what I was gonna say. She didn't let me finish. That's the thing.
But
You know,
she said
so
the same
submission.
thing
No,
in the
well,
very beginning.
no, she didn't
She
say.
did.
Okay.
Rolling and that was his idea.
Okay.
Rewind the tape.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is what I'm saying. When I say 50-50, I don't mean, oh yeah, you know, whatever. Because here is the thing.
I don't mean
Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses.
Uh-huh.
Everybody is stronger to the other, or in different aspects of things.
for sure.
Now, when it comes to cooking, I might be the one stronger than you are in cooking. Means you have to, if you say, for example, you wanted to learn or whatever from me, you have to submit to whatever I say. You have to follow the authority I put down and say, this is how you do it, this is how it is. Right? That's submission. You see, when you go to work, you submit to your boss because you're literally working, right? So you submit. Your boss says, "Get me." Listen. Hold on. In a corporate office, your boss says, "Get me the coffee. Get me my coffee or whatever." Because you're his PA. What do? You say,
Your boss should not be
No,
talking
I
about
say
giving you some
that's-
coffee. That is a service.
Wrong.
That is a service.
As an assistant.
in a corporate office as an assistant. In a corporate office as an assistant,
Now
you don't get the
changing-
boss's coffee.
Now, hold on.
That's a
That's
job.
what I said.
Hold on. You're changing.
You have to submit.
Now hold on. In that full sentence, you
Okay.
went from like being an employee to being an assistant. You
But
didn't
that's
say
what
anything
I
about- You
said.
didn't say anything about being
He
an
said
assistant.
boss.
That was what I said. I said your
You
boss.
said an assistant to a boss, or did you say
That's what I
you're a
said. I
boss?
said your
First I said
boss.
your boss. And then he was like, well, I'm talking about being an assistant. And I said, you didn't talk about being an assistant. You talked about being like just your boss in general.
Yeah.
Right here to the right is my boss, but I'm not gonna go get her coffee.
If
But
she asked
then
you-
he said, if she asked me, that's fine. Hey, if I'm already going to get coffee, but she's not gonna sit there and be like,
Don't get my
man,
coffee.
go get me coffee. Like she's not doing that.
No, but
And he started off.
Let me go back.
But
Hold on.
Because you were doing more of like, I'm submitting because I don't know anything. That's what I'm submitting to. I'm
Like, I
submitting
need you.
because my boss knows more than me. That's why I'm submitting. What was the other?
You're
what was
submitting
the
because
other
you have no
version?
choice.
Use another version.
What's yours?
It was a boss.
Yeah, you have no
Oh,
choice.
see,
Your
You're
work.
not
You can
listening.
either quit.
listen.
Quit.
Yeah, that's the only choice you have.
You're not listening. You used a boss version, and there was another example you used. I can't remember what it was before. Do you remember what you used?
In the kitchen, being the one
Yeah,
cooking.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those were people, they don't know what they're doing. So
Okay.
you're going to submit to somebody when you don't know what you're doing and
Yeah.
you're trying to learn.
Yeah.
We're going back to the fact that I am a woman submitting to a man in a relationship. I know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing. Why am I submitting to you? I know what I'm doing.
Because
That is not the same thing.
they cannot be
But
two
what does
captains
submit
in a
mean?
boat.
Ask
I
what
know what I'm doing.
That's-
There cannot be
what
two
submit
captains on
means.
the
What
ship.
do you
I
want me to
don't
do?
know what but you're not listening.
Okay.
If I don't know what I'm doing in a kitchen, but
Mhm.
you do, I'm going to submit. I know what I'm doing in a relationship. You know what you're doing in a relationship. We're just being partners and we're letting each other.
Can I go back?
But
to-
what does
can I go back
submit
to-
mean? What are y'all?
can I
What
go
is
back- can I
submitting?
go
Like
back to-
what?
Can I
What
go
do you
back to what I
want?
was saying before?
What do
Let
you
me go back-
want?
Let me go back to what I was
Let's
saying.
let's hear Bernard.
Let me go
Did
back to
that
what I
make
was saying
sense,
before.
though?
Yes.
Because again, I'm like, I think that we're going back to like not treating the real root thing here. All these examples
The
and all that
question
stuff.
was, why do women get aggressive with the
But
word
why?
submission?
What is
And we're
submit?
telling
As
you.
a wife, what am I supposed to do to submit? Like, what do you? What?
So
Submit how?
So the thing I was saying before. Again,
So here's what it is as a wife. Here's what it is as a wife. This is what it is. You're saying, sir or husband or whatever, I trust your judgment. I trust you to lead. I trust you as a leader,
Mhm.
and I'm going to submit to whatever your direction
Exactly.
is.
Which is what I was saying
That's
before.
what I'm
So
saying.
For you to go, so listen,
You understand what I'm saying? Did you hear me?
So
Did you
for
hear that?
For you to be,
That's what I'm
For
saying.
you to be in a relationship or marriage with someone, okay? You married someone. That means you've told yourself
it up.
that I
Yeah, you can
trust
go on.
this
Just
person.
leave.
yeah, go. Yeah, you can go use your restroom.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
get up. Just get me on.
But I don't know if anybody understood what I just said now.
Okay.
I'm saying, as a wife, you're saying, you are my husband. I trust your judgment. I trust your
Okay, yeah.
leadership. And I'm
yes.
submitting
Okay,
to
yeah.
you to lead.
Then totally, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
in whatever, it could be in any
Gotcha.
aspect. It could be in anything.
I totally
That's
get
the
that.
word submission. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so yes, you say like your partners, I know what I'm doing, she knows what she's doing. Both of us know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But there'll be times we don't agree. Even though we both know what we're doing. So now, what happens then?
Yeah.
What happens then? Because at the end of the day, that's why you have a captain and a co-pilot.
Okay, when you put it
Because
like
at the end
that,
of the day, a pilot and a
when you
co-pilot,
put it like that, I get it. Like, okay, you're trusting. They're basically saying, I think, like
you must
you're
trust
you're trusting me to lead our family. Like
to what we,
all the trust in you,
what the
like
guy-
to
what the
do
guy is
That's it.
asking you
what
when
we
it's
need
a
to do.
submission.
But not all women are like that.
No, when the guy is asking you for submission, what he's asking is like you can
Let you
trust
lead.
me
Yeah.
to make the decision.
Okay. Yeah.
Like so that you trust me to make that decision.
Yes.
So he's
I
asking
get
you
that.
to trust. So if you don't trust him to make that decision, then in the first place.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
then you're saying that. if
That's all I wanted to know.
trust
I
you.
didn't understand.
Now, doesn't
That's
mean
what
that
we're
you
talking
don't-
about.
Doesn't mean you don't have a voice. You have a voice that you can always talk to the guy and say, "God, see, like this is why make him serious and all that kind of stuff." But again, both of you know what you're doing.
Yeah. When you
And
put it
when
like
you
that,
don't agree,
I can see
But
that.
you are saying, "I
It's
trust
more
him
like,
to make that decision."
I trust my man.
At the end of the day, I'm saying
Girl, come
you
on.
make the decision.
So your opinion is
Okay.
you cannot trust your man,
No.
or what?
I trust you, but I'm not trusting to make the decision.
Like all the
So
time.
you want to make the decisions.
I think maybe just how I was raised.
Mhm.
I was raised as a breadwinner.
So you want to remain the breadwinner to a man? Do you want to be the
I
breadwinner
have come
winner
to
to a
the
man?
conclusion that this is bad. This is me lowering my standard a little bit. But most of the men that I've come across now in this dating age, I'm the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So
It's probably hard for you to like break
it's
out of
hard
that.
for me to be like, I'm gonna trust in you.
Yeah, but
Because
you're
I
like, wait a minute.
Maybe
are you
you've
gonna
been
do-
choosing the wrong ones then.
I'm doing my
You've been
No.
choosing the wrong ones.
no.
Why would any man want the woman to be the breadwinner?
Yes, I have been choosing the wrong ones. And if
I don't
have
want
given
you to be the
people a
breadwinner.
chance, I'd probably still be single to this day.
Right.
I want to be
And
the
also
breadwinner.
because my standard, my levels are so high. Mine is having 6 brothers.
It's,
But
it's gotta be so.
it's just not something that I'm one in a few. One in a few.
Hmm.
I'm not the one that's going to be. I'm gonna let you handle the type of because.
I know it's difficult. It's difficult to say someone to submit to you when I'm the one doing all the work. Like I'm the breadwinner of the house.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you also have to realize that money is very important, and to a lady, that's key, right? But at the end of the day, there are other things that a man can provide too. But I get you. You make a good point there. Like if a woman is a provider, it's very hard to tell her to submit. I'm the one going out to work my house out.
Yeah.
So I'm not coming and still submit to you after all that. So I get that part. But 80%. So anything we discuss here, there's always gonna be like a 20-80 ratio.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a 20% where it's like the outliers. There's gonna be some outliers in everything we discuss. So there's a 20% chance that the woman can be the breadwinner, and the man has to lead with that. And that man needs to understand that. So when he understands that I'm gonna submit to this woman, that's an understanding that he needs to have. Before in the relationship, he needs to know that I'm the one submitting here. And why he's doing that. But the same way, man also needs to know that she's the one submitting it and I'm the one doing the stuff. So it can go both ways. But you happen to be the 20%. Not saying you made the wrong decision. I don't have anything against successful women being involved with non-successful men or whatever. But the other thing is what they choose. That's what you like. That's what you guys.
I have a problem with it.
No problem.
Shit, no man should be
It's
whatever.
If the man is okay with it,
It's also about
Does that mean
That's not a man.
It's different.
That's not a man.
It's also I feel too about like communication. Like it's so y'all can be on the same
Wave.
spade is a spade. The same page.
Yeah.
A lot of people like stay quiet on like their views. Like during the dating stage, you should be telling each other's views so you can make a choice if you should be with this person instead of finding out how they are after the fact.
Well, no one's gonna show their true self on a for a second.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why can't we be more transparent during the dating stage? We should be
So
way more
what did we
transparent.
learn from this? What did we learn from this? Submissive for women.
No, did you hear what they said though? Where you were going?
No, I mean I'm standing right there, but smoking the.
They said submissive as in I trust you to handle our business. That's what submissive.
Look, if I
Not bow down and be
were to
like,
ever
you
be in a
gotta ask me
relationship,
where you're going, what you're doing.
What you think of submission? You think slavery?
No, that's what I thought too.
I mean, and that's the thing.
That's what I thought.
What
I
is
thought y'all
slavery?
meant like we gotta ask you where we're going, tell you where we're going.
Why
Like
do
no.
women think submissive is a negative connotation? We're talking about it. We're letting y'all know like how we feel. And
Because
why
they think
we
it's
feel.
slavery. It's not
but they were like,
It's
no,
not-
just trusting you.
slavery.
It's not. It is trusting you, but like trusting you and submission, I don't think those are in the two. In my wheelhouse, they're not in the same thing. Trusting you and being submissive, no, they're not in the same thing.
That's the definition
No,
of
I
it,
don't
though.
think of that. I'm just saying submissive and trusting you are not two. They don't mean the same thing. Let's look up the word trust.
No, I'm
Let's
saying
look up the
that's
word
what
trust.
I'm saying. That's what a man is asking
And
for when he's
literally was told no. Let's look at the word trust. No.
Oh, I didn't say no.
I'm not.
No, nobody said no. Who said no? I didn't say no.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't realize that. I just said
I didn't say no.
This one did.
Oh, he said no. You didn't say no. Anybody say no?
You probably subconsciously don't know you said no.
You must have been on the
Then he said, look at the word trust. He said no. And
Okay.
then went on to
So I have
another.
trust pulled up.
Okay, let's listen to the word trust.
Okay.
Okay. Is it assured reliance on the character, ability, strength, or truth of someone or something?
Someone or something. Superior was not in there. Let's go to submission.
Okay. Submission. Hold on. I go again. All right. I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it again. It says the action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or hold on or listen. Superior force. It didn't say superior person.
Yeah.
It's a superior force or to the will. It says or to the will or authority of another person.
Yeah.
So meaning if you have a man who is a leader, a protector, a provider, is your leader. So you're submitting to his authority. You're submitting to him to lead. That's what the word leader means. That's what the word submission means. That's what he says. Trust is just coming after it.
Why you're submitting?
I'm not gonna lie. I am very comfortable with what you explained about saying like submissive meaning.
You like being submissive, is what you're saying.
No, the way they explain. Well, yeah, it is.
I mean, with the definition of it.
But no.
So I'm turning to you and I'm like, you're coming from somebody you like to be submissive.
I like for somebody to. I want
somebody to
like,
take charge.
Yeah,
exactly.
Please handle it, because I don't want
to twist this a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Because see,
Let's twist this a little bit.
One more thing.
One at a time.
Submission is also slavery too. It's like a sacrifice. Like in your work, your manager is a servant role to be submit. Like so, if anything goes wrong, I'm the one to blame. I'm the one to make the call.
The leader takes the fall.
Yeah, so I know this.
That's why the captain always goes down with the ship.
It's like a boss thing. It's actually a sacrificial role.
So for me, like I get that word.
But not submissive. But I want to go somewhere. But handle like the bills, handle the way we move around. Like
I see that.
Like that.
I see that. But okay, so it's kind of different for us to ask like us, because in my brain, like I can switch it to like I'm a very dominant force in my actual life. Whether it comes to like friends, family, or just in like work, anything like that, I'm a very dominant person. If we're gonna switch to the bedroom, I am then submissive.
That's what I think we should use
it
as.
Bedroom,
I don't think submissive should be used like in a relationship form.
I'm
you know?
like, swing me around, flip me upside down.
Why are you submissive in the bedroom?
Because she lets somebody do whatever.
I am dominant in my everyday life, so I would prefer to be. So when I think of submissive, I think it probably correlates to that. All human brains have a pattern, and so when you do things in your certain life, if I'm like, hey, I'm dominant in my everyday life, but then my version of submissive in my brain and in my life is in the bedroom, and I know what I'm doing in the bedroom, which is completely like do whatever.
Do you know
I'm not going to sit there and say do whatever in my everyday life.
Do you know some ladies actually like to be the boss in the bedroom, and the guy submit to that too?
I do understand that. I'm telling you,
the guy might be submissive in the other side,
needs to be a guy
and now
understanding that.
I'm in the bedroom and all that stuff. That's a different ballgame entirely, honestly. Like going in that direction. The sex chemistry goes along. So when you switch to that gear, now that's a different thing, because the fact that you submit, the guy is like asking you to submit and all that doesn't mean he wants the same thing on that. Like sex chemistry, you guys can have different vibes in sex chemistry.
Well, I'm
so
not. I was
what makes you guys enjoy sex. That's where stuff. What I used to submitting,
I just think we should take submissive out of a relationship. In a relationship,
like me bringing over sex, I specifically was meaning. I said for me personally.
Okay.
when I hear the word submissive in my brain, the way that I've lived, that is submissive to me because that's the only time I use submissive.
You'll be okay with that.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, I'm probably too logical.
No,
every single person's version of submissive.
I don't think submission should be
is
used in a
different,
relationship wise.
That's the reason why I think we should do that. The reason for me that I find submissive like a very negative connotation is I use it in the bedroom and I say submit to whatever, I'll do whatever. In my normal everyday life, I'm dominant. I don't want to submit to whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your version of submissive,
you
don't mind the version of submissive.
I don't mind like having my man like taking care
take
of
charge,
everything.
right?
Yeah.
Take charge of that.
But that doesn't come to me like being able to go. Like I don't need to be asking him, can I
So
go
you
out?
a little bit.
But I'm
I think
okay
that's what
with
we need
him.
to
Like
do. I think we need to explain like
we have money. We have money over here. We have enough money for this. We have enough money for that. Like I'm cool with it because I trust you to deal with that.
And I think we need to each say, because we're three different women, my version of submission, the why I find it negative is because of that.
Yeah.
Hers is that, and then also doesn't mind it. And then Gabby, you're right here. Bring it down.
No, but mine's kind of the same. Like I'm very dominant in my life, so.
But also too, she said she's always been used to.
Can you let her talk?
Well, no, she
She said.
She said she's used to being the dominant one, so it's gonna be hard for her to like, try to dub herself down and be like, "Oh, you're gonna be in charge."
Not. We've talked about it.
So
she's not in the bedroom.
Yeah.
She's just like
but
me.
she's used to dominant because of the fact that the guys she's with,
the
guys she's with, they don't have that. They can't do that. Does that make sense? The guys she's with can't do that. That's why she's doing that.
So we now have understood like what we all. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Spade is a spade. Welcome.
Spade is welcome.
Oh.
Okay.
Commercial in the middle.
I was gonna say
Like the Indomie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah, we can.
Let's see. Did y'all all get to write questions?
You came in and said back. I'm gonna take one because I didn't take one back.
So,
You're gonna take one?
Is it
Mitchell, a quick question.
Did everybody? No, wait. Did everybody get to write a question now?
No.
No. It's all good. It's the host. Yeah.
Okay.
But they're all great questions.
Okay.
What are your
Is this the third one?
Yeah, it's like the next
on
question.
camera.
Yeah.
Hey, mom.
Don't you look like you?
I know it's like right here.
So I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
Yeah. What are your standards of what you think a high value man should be? I mean, every woman says they want a high value man.
So a high value man is you are emotionally available, you are self-aware, you have evolved in your life. I think that all humans should evolve physically, mentally, and spiritually. Let's go and take this shot real quick.
Spade is spade.
Call a spade a spade.
All a spade is spade. And so for me, like you said, a high value man for me is emotionally available, self-aware, able to listen, but also able to give advice, and is secure in himself. And
You're the brick stack?
Yeah.
Like,
although that is that's what Steve Harvey said. He said, let that man jump over that fence
but
real
give
hard.
advice.
Like
Has
don't
a
even
job.
he's building us. And so that's
But
a
you
high
should.
value man for me. So what's a high value man for you?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I think we all really can't be high value unless you. Okay, hold on. I didn't mean like that.
You're on camera.
No.
Rewind.
No, I feel like
I mean, you're all right.
it doesn't matter.
You're all right. So
You
yeah,
can
go on.
You can have.
Not everybody in the world cannot be reached.
No, I said you.
That's what it is.
Those are called subhumans.
I mean,
No, we all can't
everybody
be,
cannot be
Two types
reached.
of
No
humans,
one-
subhuman and human. You heard from me now. Subhuman, human.
Okay.
That's a subhuman person.
Everybody, nobody can be high value, no matter how much they want to be, until we're all healed.
You're never all healed.
Exactly.
But you're high value if you're trying to heal. You're trying to evolve.
No,
you're
we're
moving
never-
forward.
no,
you're
you're
not
never-
moving backwards, or you're not stagnant.
You're never going to be completely healed. Definitely not, because you're always going to think about like things that you've been through, but you learn how to.
But I don't like your mentality.
Maneuver.
You're never going to be high value. Bitch, I'm
No,
high
not
right
never.
now.
No, wait. I said you're never going to be high value until you have not completely
Yeah.
healed,
You're
but
subhuman if you're not.
healed, because a lot of us are like going around thinking like, our shit don't stink when we're truly not even healed from our past. Because there's things that come up that I think I'm healed from and I'm not. Because things will come up and I'm like, oh, I'm not healed from that yet. I thought I was, but it's because I wasn't around it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was healed, but I'm not. So now I'm bringing that negativity into the relationship.
You went on what you pretty much said. No one's high value. That was your answer. We're talking about high value. What do you think as a high value man?
Okay, so basically just what should.
No, that was fine. Like, that's good that you talked about that because it is true.
Because I want to be a high value woman. Like, I know what I want to bring to the table, but sometimes I can't even bring what I want to bring to the table because I'm still healing.
But you're aware enough to know that you're not bringing it to the table. That's
because I know what I want to bring.
Already a high value.
But it's hard for me to bring it because I'm still traumatized by things that have happened to me.
Okay, so Gabby, what are you
That
high
makes sense.
valuing on? Because that didn't make any sense.
Why?
What?
It just, for me, it's more kind of like, and we're gonna sit here and do this because this is my sister, older sister. But like for you to sit here and like even start off with like, oh, no one's high value.
No, I'm just saying you cannot be your high value self until you have actually
But then you're also
healed
talking,
from your.
But no one's ever
past.
healed, and I think that as long as
How?
you're working on it and you're evolving and you do see yourself making different steps, I think people who like don't care and don't want to be like, if someone's like, hey, do you know, like I had a relationship where a guy told me, and I'd never realized it before, and he was like, hey, you know you interrupt a lot. And I said, what? And then I came to you and I said, hey, do I interrupt a lot? And you were like, you sure do. Literally nobody in the family had ever told me, hey, you interrupt a lot. And then I was like, I took a step back and I said, whoa, I wasn't aware that I interrupted.
Right.
It didn't mean that I wasn't high valued. I thought that I was working on something. But then once somebody told me, hey, you interrupted, if I fucking threw that shit in the trash and then kept interrupting people, I am still down on my level.
True.
But because of the fact that I'm like, oh, I interrupt, and then I started working on it, and then it led into other avenues of me being like self-knowledge and like reading books.
Fine. And that's fine.
Jay Shetty and all that kind of stuff.
That's what I just said.
So I'm being high value by doing that.
I just said that.
So I
said
saying,
until we start working on our past issues, we can't.
You did.
We can't be high
I
value.
think I'm
So that's
more.
what I was gonna say. Like that, you can be well.
Come on, Gabby.
You can't be high value
Gabby
until
has
you're
like a-
self-aware. That's what
She's
I was
got a
gonna
good
say.
podcast voice. She has
my
been
back's
talking.
hurt.
She's been shoving twisters in her mouth.
I most definitely have been shoving filters in my mouth.
So the question again is, what's your opinion of what a high value man is?
Oh,
And
okay.
I
We're
already
talking
did
about
mine.
a man.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
I
you did
went-
yours, but
I
you
Yeah,
know,
that's the one.
yeah,
I went right, left, up, and down.
I already told you mine. Next.
Well, no, I'm pretty much gonna piggyback off what you said.
But say
Okay.
y'all that say
It's the
mine.
same thing, yeah.
But the thing is, like we're kind of talking. We keep stacking these things. I'm like, how is this man going
So-
to achieve?
True.
They don't.
But
So that always keeps a wall up. Right on.
So based off
I
of
think
what
that
you
you-
said,
Like I said, emotionally available,
Available.
self-aware,
okay.
aware. At the end of everything, aware.
Okay.
Like good emotional availability, self-aware. You're evolving. Evolving means you're constantly changing. I don't need you to be perfect.
Yeah.
As long as you're working on all these these bricks that I've stacked, that's fine. And like then that means that you are still. You should have. That's what Steve Harvey said. You should have that wall. Like I get what you're saying. You're like, how am I going to find that man? Exactly. You're not going to because he's going to be rare because everyone's not doing that.
Yeah.
And like that's how you know. And then that's when you need to learn to be okay by your fucking self.
Yeah.
And that'll carry
Nobody wants to
you.
wait.
That'll carry.
Here's
you
what I'm gonna
to
say.
Find your high value man.
Here's what I'm gonna say to
And
this.
I probably wasn't even all on.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. I'm
No,
sorry.
you did. You're
Oh, okay. All right. But
That's
here's what I'm
very
gonna say.
high
Here's what I'm gonna say. Everything you just listed, emotionally available, self-aware, and constantly changing, evolving, and all that. Those men are right there in front of you. You just don't swipe right on them.
Because they don't.
Why do you assume that I'm on a dating app?
I didn't say dating app. I did not say dating app.
Swipe right.
I just used the word swipe right on them. Meaning, when you see them outside, when you see them outside, you don't take note of them.
I don't know you're doing that when I meet you.
Well, I'm just using simple logic.
Is
That's it.
this?
It's just simple logic.
Well, okay.
I just
hold on.
use,
Let me go ahead and stop
general
you,
logic.
because like we already did this. What do you consider a high value woman?
Come on.
A high value woman.
Yes. Repeat it if you need to.
Okay. So for a man, well, a traditional man, like myself or whoever else is, there's only three things for a high value woman.
Okay.
One, purity, youth.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Purity. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Purity. We don't get that no more. Listen. We don't have that. We don't have that.
Let me hear him.
We don't have that no more. We don't have that no more. But I'm telling you what it is for men. I'm telling you what it is for men. You may not like to hear it. You may not believe it.
Don't say for men. Say
it is what it is for men.
For
Find
you.
out. I'm telling you,
For
statistics
you,
right now will tell you.
Don't know your middle name
right.
or last name.
All right, I'm gonna ask you one question. I'm gonna ask you one question. Why would a 50-year-old man or a 60-year-old man go pick a 20-year-old or a 26-year-old girl?
Oh no, that's what he's saying though.
No. Let me make, because I have to break down my logic to you, since that's the way it is. I have to break down the logic. I have to break it down. Why would a 60-year-old man go after a 25-year-old or 20-year-old girl
What does that have
to
do
marry?
with high value?
Because
here's
here's what I'm gonna tell you.
And he's talking about physical.
Because that's what
He's talking about
I'm talking
physical.
from the man's
You don't
perspective.
know anything about her brain.
Listen. I'm talking from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
But you're
That's
talking
just what it
about- you're
is.
talking From your perspective.
No.
What do
It's
you
a
think?
general
How do you
man's
think it's
perspective. If I put a poll up right now, I'm gonna tell you this. If I put a poll up, a lot of men will tell you this. They want a younger girl
Oh God.
who has no trauma or less trauma, less of all
Okay, look,
these.
look.
that
He
they
about to say
got
something
with-
serious.
But wait, I want to finish.
I'm just telling you the truth. You
Every man.
women don't like to
I
hear
don't
the
like
truth.
that.
No,
Women don't like to hear the truth.
Everything you say-
Women don't like the truth.
I love to hear
Every
the truth.
man-
Just because you
every
say it
man-
doesn't mean it's the truth.
They may not say it, but every man wants a younger, prettier girl.
But that
It's just what it is. Every man.
Okay, so hold on. You said what you said logic and youth. What was the other one? You said logic.
I said
There
purity.
was
No,
no logic.
I didn't say
It was
logic. I didn't say logic.
purity.
I didn't say logic. I said purity.
What's purity mean to
Youth.
you?
Purity means, not to me. Purity means she was a virgin. That's what it is. From back in the days, that's what it is. Yeah, go check it out. Go check it out.
What do you find as a high value?
No,
for
you. Yeah, let's talk about you.
You personally.
I'm
you.
speaking on
And
the
now
general
you're talking about
perspective.
general perspective.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I spoke
talking
from
about.
where I'm speaking from, so you
Let-
need
let-
to speak where
let-
you're
let-
speaking
I'm
from.
the host.
Let me say something.
I'm the host.
Here's what
I have to
think
speak
about
on a
it.
general perspective.
Here's what I'm
Okay,
looking
hey.
at. I'm trying to cut you short.
Go ahead.
So what I think about high
You want
value,
to you.
when I think about value, I want someone that is independent woman.
Yes.
Okay.
I want a beautiful woman.
Hello.
I want a builder. And I mean a builder, a woman can nurture. You can nurture a
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
You
you
can
need
nurture
cancer.
someone that is a builder.
Cancer. Calling card for a cancer. A cancerian.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I want a
More
nurturer. I want a very God-fearing person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want a woman that is very flexible, that understands,
Flexible?
that can
No,
change.
just-
A woman that embraces change. Okay,
Very
that's
good.
what I mean by flexible. A woman that embraces change. That means like it's not just like you don't just do it because I want to do it. You understand the reason why, and you want to work towards doing that. So I want a woman that embraces change.
And you see, hold on. You see, everything is saying right now, it's all wrapped into the three things I was mentioning:
Purity and youth.
purity, youth, and submission. The woman is talking about as all of the three in one, and that's everything is mentioning is all of that.
So
Hold on. A young girl who's a virgin at 20, right? If she was to be married right now, she's going to submit to his leadership because she doesn't know anything other than that. She will. Hold on. That's the three things I was mentioning, and that's all he's still saying.
You're up here and you're bringing it down here.
But that's everything he was mentioning. It's all wrapped in one. It's just breaking it down. He's just breaking it down. This is not being aggressive. This is just being assertive. That's it. It's a difference.
Wow, very.
I'm African. That's the way it is. I'm African. We're passionate about how we talk. Okay. So you get what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? You understand everything I'm trying to explain. That's what it is.
All the things he explained were under those three things.
You see the actual thing that causes all of this is one, too much trauma and emotional baggage that people have not let go is why people cannot understand these things I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you someone who has no trauma, no baggage, none of these experiences will go straight and will be on the straight path. That's just it. It's simple.
But the older you get,
Call it what it is. The older you get, the more baggage you come in because you've gotten the experience. You've gone from one thing to the other, and now you've seen a whole lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's why old men or older people, older guys, don't want to date
deal with that.
younger, old people of the age. They want to date someone who's younger with less experience and less baggage.
Right. I can see that.
Serious. That's just it. Plain simple. Call it what it is.
Okay.
Spade is a spade.
Yeah.
Like keep doing that. But yeah, like can we just like rewind and like you had your three. You had purity. You had
youth.
No.
Oh.
Youth. Youth.
I love for people
Purity.
To
Purity.
what they fucking said.
This is it. Purity. Youth.
Purity,
Submission.
and submission. Okay.
Yep.
Out of the things that you said, what was youth?
Beautiful woman.
Yep. Yep. That's one of it. Everything he said is still wrapped in that three.
Excuse me. Out of the things you said, what was purity?
Okay.
That is
Wait.
That is the same.
Wait.
Okay. So
The first thing you said, I said, what you said you said beautiful woman. I said, out of that, he said that you were like
youthful.
three things
Yeah.
I said.
You
And I'm like,
okay.
okay.
Wrapped up
So
in
let's
that.
go ahead and talk about what was wrapped up in what you said. You
Okay.
said youth was beauty.
Okay.
Okay. So what was purity? What are you talking about?
Less baggage, meaning she has not slept
I'm
with a
not-
whole lot of dicks. She has just maybe one or two.
Since when is baggage from?
The more dicks you get, the more trauma you have. Yep,
No,
it's true.
You know what?
Someone that can
I am asking what he
He wants
said.
to-
Oh, yeah, I was-
You want to wrap it in
He
an
wants
egg
to.
roll.
He wants to.
You want to wrap it. You want to wrap it like this.
Yeah.
We're wrapping it. Wrap that shit, right?
So the closest I can say
Let's
to
talk
that-
about it.
The closest I can say to that would be a builder. So I expect a woman that is
He
a
said
builder
the closest to what he said.
is a
Of which
builder,
one? Of
is a
which one
builder
of them?
To purity.
Okay.
Is a builder. I don't expect a woman
The nurturer.
who a nurturer woman to be like sleeping around and all that kind of stuff. That's
Okay. Did you just go back to it, sleeping around and all that? Did you hear him? Did you just hear?
The woman that nurtures, there's no woman that nurtures that can nurture a guy and can nurture a woman and sleeping around. That's a nurturer.
Okay. You might not agree with what I said, but it is the truth.
But those are key points.
It is the truth. It's just all the three. All three. That's just it. It's chapter one. We can now start breaking it down into extra pieces,
And the reason why
So what was the third one?
Third one
Submission.
submissive.
So
What
which
that?
is all of it. Everything he said.
that's
Everything he said.
Submission is like
Everything he said.
eat all. So submission is eat all. The definition of the submission now.
Everything he said.
is it all. Like a woman that
No,
can,
like literally. If you want to sit here and you want to make your friend sound like you.
No, I'm not trying to make him sound like me.
Oh, now
I
you
agree.
agree with him.
He just used a different grammar. Hold on. All he did was use a different grammar and broke it down. All I did was put everything in what it is.
He broke down like 5 or 6
Somebody
things,
can
and
see
he
her,
broke
like,
down
in
the
the mic.
3 things, and it was like, and then he all of a sudden was
The
like,
3 things I said.
sit here with the thing.
Yeah,
circle.
No, I knew he was. No, I knew he was about to get serious because he put both legs up. And I'm like, because you were like, okay, tell us what you. He said, okay.
Yeah, okay. And then it was sitting here like this.
Go.
The 3 things I said, I can break it down into a whole lot of other things.
Thank you, Melanie.
So,
A whole lot of many things.
I said, thank you, Melanie. He said, you're welcome.
Come on, so you said thank you to me as well?
I think
Who said?
maybe not thinking about
Okay.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
do.
See, when I say youth, right, I'm talking about a girl who is below.
I feel
Youth,
like
when we consider youth, right, it's between 18 and 25. Once you start crossing 25 threshold, you're in the marriage range, and once you cross into 30s, you're pretty much out of there.
okay,
Pretty much, not so much.
So
You
what
still have a good chance, but
Will you repeat what you said?
Bring it
Y'all
back.
are-
What did you just say?
What if you just care for yourself, though?
What did you just say?
do you guys want me to start?
He said something about an age, and you don't know how old I am, so go ahead.
I didn't
No,
say
he
nothing
said
about
after
your age.
30.
You said, you did, because I'm after 30. So
Yeah, but I didn't say your age though. I was talking
You
in
said
general. We were
after
talking about
30.
something.
You're going down.
Hold on,
You're
hold on,
going
hold.
down.
No,
So you're
that's.
talking
like,
about.
Did you hear
I'm
what
so
I
sorry.
said? Did you hear
I put
me
that was words in your
initially?
mouth.
Oh.
Hold on.
But
This is
more
what I
like
said.
your-
I'm gonna repeat it again one more time. I said youth. When we talk about youth, we're talking
People
about
think about
18 to
youth.
25. Did I say that?
Yes.
That's what you heard. I said once you start to cross 18, once you start to cross 25 to your 30s, it's no longer considered youth.
Yeah.
Because you're
like
in the
you're
marriage
older.
range.
You're older. Older.
And if you're not
Oh.
married at that age or whatever, society counts
Society's the
you,
word.
right? Society terms you as, well, I'll say the leftovers, but not really the leftovers,
Okay,
but whatever you want to call it.
This is what I've noticed.
Whatever you want to call it.
Leftovers.
Whatever you want to
So we
call it.
talked about
But that's society, not me.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It is what it is. We'll call it as it is.
Let me. My sister and I just had an epiphany. We were going to see on camera. I'm so excited. We have both noticed that you talk about society, you don't talk about yourself. What do you want? What does Sean want? What does
Well, the show is not for Sean. The show is just
show-
talking about
we
a
are
general.
literally
The
talking
show
about
is
each
talking
one
about
of us
general
wants.
perspective. No,
And every single person is talking about what they want, but you talk about society, you talk about you. So what? You're not putting the mirror up to yourself. You're talking
No,
about
I'm speaking from I'm speaking from a general perspective. So if you want to put me in there, put me in the general perspective.
Oh, I'm ready.
You hear me? You hear me? So I say it again. I say it again. I'm speaking on a general perspective. So if you want to put me in there, put me in the general perspective.
Let's talk about what Sean wants. Space.
Now, this is not about what Sean wants.
Well, why are we talking about ourselves?
It's general perspective.
It's
It's just a general perspective.
Why
That's a general perspective.
Somebody else wants.
No.
Because I don't know what someone else wants. I don't even know what my sister wants. I've known her for 30 years. No,
Well, you're
35.
Yeah.
I've known her for 35 years, but really we're gonna say 30 because what, 5? I know you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know you, bitch. So but we don't for you to sit here and want to have a show about what other people think. That is life.
We're talking about
That is
general
social
thing.
media.
That's
That is
what we're
Instagram.
talking about. That's a general talk.
Opinion.
That's a general. That's what we're talking about. General talk.
Definition of what you
What
think
do I
society
know
is.
Yeah,
about
our
what-
opinions, though.
It's his definition of what it thinks
What
of
do I
society.
know about
That's not about him. It's
society?
about
We're
what he
talking
thinks
about
about
what we as
society.
black people want. Come on. My friend Jay's about to be here.
Who's Jay?
Welcome, Jay.
Who's Jay?
No, she's leaving.
No, Jay, she's going to get
She's
Jay.
about to go get her. But
Yeah.
do you not understand this whole
Okay,
thing is supposed to be about
Okay.
us. That's what podcasts
Hold
are
on.
about.
Hold on.
I think you're.
Hold on.
Hey, I think
Hold on.
I think you.
Sprayed.
I think you are a little bit timid to
Yes.
talk about
Yes.
your real feelings with your girl behind her.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Motherfucking Mel's here, so he's like,
And no one here we be seeing a different
I
side.
don't want to say anything.
When she comes back, y'all should ask her.
You should be
This
talking
is
about
me.
shit
This
right
is
now.
how I
Right
talk.
Like, let her
No,
know.
when she
Reach
comes,
out
ask
the
her.
door. Reach
Ask
out the
her.
door, man.
No, ask her when she comes back.
Be
This is
trans-
how I talk.
Be transparent.
See, this is the thing.
Transparency.
I talk with logic over emotions.
How?
I didn't
This
hear
is off
anything
subject.
emotional come
Where
out
are you
of
getting
it.
But
these
how?
facts from? Are you making this whole
Right?
Where
are you
where
getting
have you
from?
collected this data from?
Data is always online. That's why I have this in front of me.
You get your you came to this
You
podcast
can
and
get
said,
it.
I'm gonna fucking online every one of these questions. Come
No, those are my
Come from what
questions.
you believe.
These questions are my questions. All right, so the questions you see that we're asking today is from general public.
No, I said.
You get what I'm saying? These questions that we're asking today is because there's a general things in the society. There's a questions that relate to general things in society that we're asking about.
Yeah. Okay, so we're saying what general people want to know.
We don't need a general consumption.
We want real.
A general. Come on, somebody.
Somebody
General
please, 'cause I don't know.
consumption and General
Consensus?
consensus. We don't need a general consensus. We need
Real. We need what a real man. You're a man.
That's what you're hearing from me.
Bam.
Whatever you hear from me is from Sean.
Because
That's
honestly, look, Sean.
Mhm.
Sean. I'm sorry. What's your name? Who else? My boo.
Bernard.
Bernard.
No,
B.
bro.
Sean and me.
Damn. Everyone's Everyone's talking
I would
about
love to
You're
hear
coming from.
you all's perspective because you're men, and I want to know from your actual
coming
mind.
on-
And I'm telling you from the mind of a man. And y'all not listening.
No. Not the mind of a man. The mind
Y'all
of
not
Sean.
listening.
The mind
This
of
is
Sean.
So
I want the
like,
mind
are
of
you
Sean.
saying
What's
you
the
agree
Sean thing?
with the rest of the
Richie.
general?
The
Didn't
mind.
see.
You need another shot. That's what's right.
Y'all are not listening.
Yes,
The
you
man
are.
is speaking, but you're not
The
listening.
man is speaking.
Are you
I guess
speaking
we
from
should
your heart though?
submit.
Like what
I
you
am
feel?
telling you what it is.
Submit to
So
the
you're saying you agree to what
Everything that you see.
public is
Yeah. You
saying.
agree with
So
what the general
you're
public
saying,
says.
since you're giving the general public, you're saying, I'm telling you for a man, so you're saying you agree with
What they're
you're saying with what's coming out of your mouth. That's what you're telling us.
instead of coming like what
I am
you-
speaking to you
yeah
from
what you
experience. Listen, from
Okay.
experience, from general knowledge. Now, if you say, "Oh, the general public," I'm part of the general public. Did you forget that?
Yeah, but you.
Did you forget that?
You're personal.
So you
That's what I'm telling you. So what I'm telling you right now is coming from me, personal, and it's what the general public is
He's
saying
saying-
also.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you're not.
Okay.
You get it now? You understand it
He
now?
said he agrees.
Okay. So.
Okay, talk to me like that.
You don't like the
I'm
doctor?
like,
Okay.
wait a
And
minute.
this
Roll
goes
it.
back to
Wait a minute.
welcome, Jay. Hey, girl.
Hi.
You don't even want to be on this
Our
podcast.
special guest.
We
Your
got
nails are
now.
so cute.
Oh, we're talking about the nails.
Special guest.
Welcome, Jay.
Oh.
Where do we
Hey,
get them
girl.
done?
When did I get them done?
Where do we get them done? I need somebody who's an artist over like, hey, I'm just gonna put something on your nail. and
So I
that's
go
it.
Steve.
on West Ridge by NRG.
So the girl don't even have the. She didn't have the name. She said West RG. I'm like,
5-star nail.
Boom. 5-star nails.
I felt like that was
But
you being
look,
like.
look.
I felt like that was you being like, don't take my nail tag.
I'm
She's
not
not
Don't take
sure.
my
mine.
nail
She's
tag.
my- she's
Oh, you
my
already
backup.
talked about it.
Oh.
Yeah, she's my backup. She's
Bro,
like a
you
nail
get
shop.
in, you want to get in on this because he's acting.
First of all, let's get Jay's fix.
So we've already,
Okay,
we've
I'm
already
saying.
decided that he's not telling his truth because you're behind him.
Yeah.
Mel, can you come tell the truth when I talk and tell him what it is? Ask her. She's gonna tell you. This is me. She knows.
Mel's on,
Mel.
Mel's on back of camera.
Mel,
by the way, guys.
I'm not
Mel's on
looking.
back of camera.
I am not looking, but tell them, please. How do I speak? Is this me or not?
No, hold on, Mel.
Okay.
We're here.
Ask her.
We were just saying that, like, I
Because
literally,
it's in the heart.
we were speaking, right? And my sister and I sometimes have this thing, and so she leaned over and she said, I feel like he's not speaking, he's speaking not from here, he's speaking for, like, the internet.
In general.
And I leaned over and I slapped her and I said, well, that's going to be on camera, because I slapped you hard as shit. But, like, literally, he's everyone's like, here, and we were like, what does Sean like? And he was like, no,
Tell him a little bit about Sean.
I'm speaking for
Let
all
him tell you a little bit
Can I
about Sean.
speak? He was like, I'm speaking for all men. Who left? My sister said, I feel like you're not going to be real because Mel's not here. And it's like,
Amen. Well, we just want to know what Sean thinks, like
We
from
wanna
his,
know.
like, not what he thinks.
Ask her,
public
ask her.
wise.
Ask her.
Mel.
She goes,
Let her talk. Let her
Mel's
talk.
already like, he's like a robot.
Let Mel talk.
He's a robot.
No.
I don't even know who's cool. He's a robot.
Sean will never speak from his heart.
Well, that's a disgrace.
He don't always speak from his head.
They don't know.
It's true.
He's very logical.
Why are
They don't know. That's right.
I get what you're
Ask
saying.
him too. You can ask him too.
Okay, so
Let
this
him
is-
tell you
okay,
too.
So hold on. This is what's weird to me. I know Melanie. I've worked for her over a year and a half. You're very passionate. Like you're very like forward. Like you're a leader. All that type of shit. And I feel like you should be able to like speak your truth, but you're speaking for someone else's truth. Like, and that's weird to me.
No, my truth
Like,
is
you're gonna
logic.
come off as a leader. You're gonna speak your truth.
I am
You're-
speaking my
You're
truth.
speaking the truth from other men.
No, I am speaking my
pulled over
truth.
to him. We pulled over to him, and his truth was not your truth.
It was
You
the
were
same
saying-
thing. You
It was
just
not
didn't get it.
broad.
Every other person
Your
got
brain
it.
was
thought
broad.
It was the same thing, but it wasn't.
It was broad. It wasn't
Well, it was
detailed.
broad as
It was
fuck.
broad.
Because he broke it down.
It was
Because he
broad as
broke
fuck.
it down.
Don't play me.
And reason why he broke it down is maybe because he's more emotional and touchy.
Girl,
I'm not. I'm not. I'm very logical. I'm very logical, so I go off of the logic. And that's just
the
it.
logic of other
There's no
people.
emotion here for me.
We need logic of Sean.
Yeah, I am giving you my logic.
Logical
You don't know.
shit.
The thing you want is the thing you want is
We're
emotion
trying to
from
make
Sean.
this
Sean
man
has no emotions.
People are
Sean has logic.
Like, I'm gonna tell you this.
Hey.
Like, is this your purse?
How you have no
People are
emotion?
people. Bring it on camera. People are people.
Along with Jay Spade.
Oh,
People. And we're trying to figure
Spade is a
out Sean.
spade.
Oh yeah, a spade is a spade. We're never gonna figure out Sean. The show is called A Spade is a Spade. We're never gonna know Sean. Like, it's not about like.
Maybe he don't look
You know what?
reserved.
You know what? Let's go to the next topic.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Sean, where you at?
Everyone's gonna get itty titty.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. You're here.
I'm trying to go to the hookah bar across the way.
Oh, no, it's great. It's
Oh,
fun.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, not the both. She,
No.
she already told me, she was like, YouTube won't allow it. If we have it here, they won't allow it. We're trying to hookah.
All right, we ready for the next one?
Oh, you
So-
slide in, Jake. Slide in. Slide in.
I'm a little
Oh,
What's the next question?
so before we go further,
Put that input.
I'm gonna say this real quick. When Sean speaks,
Oh,
Sean is speaking from logic. Sean has no emotions. I don't mix emotions. I don't have
I'm not
emotions.
speaking from emotion.
I'm just saying,
I'm a
when
Gemini
Sean
man.
speaks,
I speak from
Sean
logic.
speaks from logic, and logic is general. So that's
Yeah,
just the way it
well,
is.
You have an Aries. I mean, you're an Aries with a
That's
Libra
what it
moon.
is.
Speak from logic. I'm Gemini moon. I speak from logic, but I still also, but I'm also a sun. I speak from a little bit.
So they said the dating market, who's losing more, men or women?
Who is losing more?
In the dating market?
I feel like
In
everybody's
the
about to have
dating
their own
market.
opinion.
I think that is a little bit that's broad.
It is, bro.
This
So
sounds like a very
let's
long
kick
time.
it.
It's men.
Men, huh?
Definitely.
I think men are.
I think definitely men, because I think, let me say, how many years ago when
Think properly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, think
Go
properly.
ahead. Don't let him trip you up, bro. Don't let him trip you up. Go ahead.
I feel like this is also kind of like off topic of what else is on our paper.
Mhm. It's on paper.
But we have migrated from the whole I need this type of man, do this, that, and the third to we're gonna do it ourselves mindset.
I said thank you.
But now men think this is still what women want, and so just for them to financially bring it to the table, and that's not what we want.
Wait, I wasn't listening. I needed to bring it back.
So I said that I feel like we have migrated as women from I need the man to do this, that, and the third, like bring everything to the table to a little bit more of an independent mindset.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means men now need to bring more than just financial stability to the table. And they are bringing that.
Yeah.
So women are kind of like,
repeat the question.
I don't really.
I need to repeat it.
So that means men are losing.
Repeat the question.
Okay.
So I feel like
So I said
Who's losing
dating
more?
market,
That was the
who's
question.
losing more,
So
men
she's
or
got
women?
it. So
I feel like it's equal, honestly.
Okay.
Even though she said women are independent, we have grown to where we don't have to rely on men anymore. We're getting up and whether we're in a relationship or alone, we're making shit happen. But I feel like we are all equally losing because you have people nowadays, like as far as relationship, people go get in a relationship without even healing. So you're gonna lose. Point blank here. There's no you have to come in the middle and say, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to be alone for a little bit. Maybe I need to find myself instead of, okay, now I'm done with him. I'm gonna go sleep with him and be with him the next 2 weeks. Like, it doesn't work like that. So we're all losing equally. Like, you have hurt women and you have hurt
For
men.
me, like, I agree with that to an extent. I think that, like, at a certain age, everyone's still losing, just like she said, just because you gotta go through enough to be like, oh, I know what I'm losing from. I know what triggers me. I know all that kind of stuff. But I have felt personally, I'm 35. I'm gonna put that out there. And like for me, I have come to the point where like I've reached men who are 37, 38, 40, less than me, whatever in age, and they're still not doing the work that they need to do. It's more just kind of like, like we said earlier, I'm the leader, I'm superior, I'm the boss, you're submissive. And I'm like, whoa, I make money, I can do my own thing. Like, I don't need that from you. I need you to be respectful. I need you to listen. I need you to be emotionally, like, available. I need you to do all that kind of stuff. And that's where I kind of say that men are losing. For me personally, at my age and what I am experiencing, men are losing because you should already be healing at the point that I am at. Like if you were sitting here and you were 2 years older than me and you're 37 and I'm still, what are you doing? If you fucking ask me, what are you doing in a text message one more time, like you're subhuman to me. Like you're not, and I talked about that earlier. Two types of humans, subhuman and human. Subhuman and human. Don't ask me, what am I doing? Be like, hi, how are you? Give me a call. Like, I don't even care. Do you want to go out? Don't say, what do you do? Do you really care what I'm doing? Or are you bored? You're bored of the movie that you're watching. You're bored of the fucking Instagram that you're doing. And you're doing too many things at once. And now you're going to be like, what do you do? That is what's happening. So I think men are losing.
Okay, well,
First
of all, I'm an Aquarius. I'm like I'm gonna lose some points right here. I'm gonna lose some points right here because I agree with you to a certain extent. But one thing about Aquarius, we speak our mind no matter what.
Bam.
I feel like you have women like that too. You have women
because they've been hurt.
That's what I'm saying though. That's why I say we've all been hurt. But I'm saying no, you have women that you think like, okay, she's 40, whatever, she should have a career by now, or she should be on her shit. You have women dead ass that are bums. Straight bums. So we always ask for a certain thing from men, but can we bring it to the table too?
So for me,
it's kind of like
for me, it had nothing. No, wow, I didn't mean to say too.
Saying that I didn't say.
So what you said, I completely agree with, and I'm speaking from people who are who are healing, who are choosing to read the books or do the meditation or do whatever. I'm not speaking from somebody who's going to sit there and you know you're young, you know what age you are, you know what you're doing, and you're continuing to do it.
Right.
Like that has nothing to do with anything. I'm talking from people who like want to actually like we talked about it earlier. My sister talked about that. It was like healing is healing. You're never going to be done from healing, but as long as you're evolving, as long as you're trying, as long as you're doing it, I am perfectly fine with that shit. Don't sit there and complain and then you redo it. I'm that friend where I'm like, tell me once what's going on with you, and if you're still doing it and then you're going to complain to me, stop talking to me.
Okay.
Don't even talk to me about that shit because you're still doing it. What do you want me to say to you?
I am that friend.
Who are you?
I'm definitely that
Whatever.
friend.
Like, no. And that's where I can be a little bit aggressive and let's get back to what we're talking about. And where I'm not submissive, to where I'm like, hey, this is why I'm like, I'm messing with my life. That's why I feel
So I think for me,
all jumbled together. But whatever.
I think men are losing. Okay.
Thank you.
But I think on the flip side, I think we're catching up. So we're losing, but we're catching up. So I think women have to be smarter, just overall. You find a 35-year-old woman thinking like a 40-year-old man. So women have made to be smarter, and that's why we're losing right now. But men are realizing all these missing pieces and now catching up to that. So why do I say, okay, even all this dating app and all that stuff, one guy can swap like 20 ladies, and maybe lady just swaps this one guy.
Because he's waiting.
I mean, that's what the statistics is. Statistically saying.
There's a lot of
that's all ego. That should have been a question.
So at the end of the day, I feel like there's on the flip side as well, even though men are losing, like the question is how many of those women are keeping the men that actually get through. Like, so women are, the guys are losing to a lot of women. Like women can capture multiple guys. The man probably has to do more work to capture ladies, which is changing now, by the way. But at the end of the day, I'm saying like the woman that keeps the guy. So if you find a good guy, so you're looking for, you tell me now, okay, fine. I don't want, we're making that money. So we don't need that from you. When all the other things for me that, like, I'm making money.
Regardless, if you want you to make your money.
I ask the woman, okay, you're in a relationship with a guy. Other than, like, maybe like birthdays, like, if I'm a good guy, I'm, eating well. I mean, let me land.
No, hold on. Let him, I want to hear this. Let him finish.
I'm a good guy.
I'm a little drunk. And I'm like, what was the question?
That's what I'm going to.
No, what was the question? I'm literally asking what was the question, so I can't.
Dating market, who's losing, men or women?
Okay, man.
Who's losing more?
So that's what I already said. The guys losing more. The guys are losing more.
You didn't have to do. You did.
But you brought money into it, so I want to know what you're saying about the money situation.
I was trying to remember what we were talking about.
Yeah. So the guys are losing more. The ladies are catching up. And I want to
reiterate what you were saying about the money situation.
Yeah, I want to speak to one of you guys said, I'm not sure who said that, but that the fact that we already have our money, we don't need that from you. So
Not
we
all of
from you
y'all
more,
do.
right? So you already have the money. So I'm just saying, like, fine. So you want a guy for something else other than money because you already got money. So I'm saying, okay, fine. So this guy got money too, just like you have money. Okay, so you guys go out to do stuff. As a man, he is responsible to take your bills. Like by default, I expect the man to be a man to take your bills. By default.
Well, those in the
Take my
1980s.
bills.
I don't think it's
This
by
is
default.
2023. I ain't paying
It ain't
nobody's
by
bills.
default at all.
Shit. Fuck all that.
It's my fucking dumbass bitch, and I'll take care of my bills. I don't like that whole default.
So
Chivalry is dead. I'm gonna correct you on that. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead. So don't go there.
And
Yeah, chivalry is dead. Don't go there.
For some
Ladies don't want you opening
For
doors.
some
They don't
men,
want you
hold
saying the
on
news.
now. Hold on. For some men, it's dead. And I'm going to speak on my personal situation with my
Okay.
father. It's not dead with him, okay? My dad has always told me when...
They're from the whatever. I'm talking about now.
Okay, I'm just
What
in
now?
general.
What
You
I'm
didn't say an age group.
talking
You didn't say
about.
an age group. You said in general.
In general,
I'm
it is
never
dead.
going to cap it
It
with
is dead
age.
in general.
Fine. That's fine.
No.
We can-
In general, though, it is dead.
I'm just saying.
In
We going to
general,
cap it with
it is
age
dead.
now. But when we talk about some
Ain't
real
no
men
age
out
to
here, you don't
it.
want to talk
Ain't
about
no
it.
age to
You
it.
don't-
It is
So
dead.
if it's no age, let me speak
It
my
is
piece.
dead in general.
Let me speak my piece.
Your dad is not going to be out here trying to date.
He's not, because he's
Daddy.
a well-educated,
It's gonna be
successful man.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That-
he don't do no bullshit. He
When
don't
we
take no
talk, we're
bullshit.
talking about right
But
now. Right
when
now.
he goes out, one thing I can say right now, his girlfriend, which will soon be his wife, but she does not have to touch her purse. She don't have to touch a door handle or anything when they're together. And it doesn't matter about birthdays. What the fuck is a birthday? It's birthday
I will
every day.
break it down for you and make you understand what I'm saying.
We get birth, we get pain. Like we're so much stronger than y'all.
Men nowadays think that you
only
only supposed to do something when there's a birthday or a fucking holiday. It is not about that.
So on the more serious though, you
You
gotta
are
out of
meant
context.
to
That's
carry
what I was
the
trying to
fucking
say.
burden of
How do you take it out though? You the one got tongue twisted. I didn't know what you was trying to say.
Exactly, and you respond to it.
I said reiterate. I was trying to help you, but you got tongue twisted. It's not my fault.
Exactly. So you can't respond to what you didn't hear.
I was responding to what I already heard. I asked you to reiterate, but you couldn't. You
Can I
lost
go?
yourself.